Hey guys, Green Leo Man here, and today we will be doing a full in-depth review of the 2025 Matrix Nexa 4S. But before we get to that, I just wanted to thank all of you for helping me reach 1,000 subscribers. Couldn't have done it without you, and thanks for sticking around with me for all these years. So without further ado, let's go. Enjoy the video, and don't forget to subscribe. Alright, so this is the 2025 Matrix Nexa 4S 4-seat enclosed mobility scooter. It has a very nice fit and finish. There's no leaks when it rains. It weighs 410 kilograms with a max load capacity of 650 kilograms. And I added a couple of quirky little bumper stickers because I figured they suited the car perfectly. It's pretty wide, so it won't fit on most sidewalks, so you're going to have to drive either in the bike lane or right on the road. And as we can see here, the ground clearance is 21.5 centimeters, which is more than enough to get you over most bumps. Alright, first thing you'll notice on the inside is the sound that the compressor is making. It's actually a very good compressor and it has 0 leaks. Alright, here's the steering wheel. It's 14.5 inches across. Nice little horn. So here's the key fob. There's a nice little hidden key on the side here. Also allows you to lock and unlock the car, as well as remote turn off and turn on the car. I'd also like to mention that this car does not have an alarm. Now here's the issue I'm having. As you can see, the backup camera's on, but it's sitting in drive and the shifter is sitting in reverse. The main screen has frozen, and so if I turn it to neutral, and you see the main screen is still frozen no matter what gear I turn it to. But if I turn it off and back on, you'll now see that all the gears work perfectly and everything works fine. Alright, right here you can see this strip of electrical tape that I put up across the top and the sides of the dash unit, because it gave me a really bright silver strip reflection right across the windshield, and by putting the black tape on there you can barely see it. Otherwise it was right in your line of sight. Alright, here's a problem I have, and this is the whole reason I put the radio in. As you can see, I turn on the car and everything turns on, but the Android CarPlay, it is very, very slow. Like, I'll let it play out until it actually gets to the desktop, I guess you can call it, but it takes a while. Alright, we've got the lights, the high beams, and we've got the left turn signals, the right turn signals, and the 4-way flashers. And this is supposed to be the fog light, but I don't know what that actually is. Alright, another issue I've noticed with it is when you select a direction on the turn signal levers, they do not auto cancel. So basically you have to shut the lever off yourself, otherwise it's just going to keep flashing, which isn't a big problem. I mean, you get used to it after a while. Alright, right here on the turn signal lever is this other light switch that I have looked and does absolutely nothing as well. Alright, we got the wiper blades. They have low and high settings, and the fluid reservoir works very well, and it's actually quite a large reservoir. The one problem that I do have with it is, if you look right here where it says INT, it's intermittent wiper setting, and as you can see, there is no intermittent wiper. It does absolutely nothing. I don't know why they would put it there if they weren't going to hook it up, but I mean, the lows and the highs work just fine. But yeah, when you try the intermittent, it does absolutely nothing. Alright, we go on to the fan, turn it on, press this, is AC. That's your air conditioning, and it blows very, very cold. You can hear the extra little AC stuff running in the background. I'd also like to mention that this car does not have defrog or defrost. And then the fan has multiple settings, so it's really nice in the summer. Alright, turn the fan back on, show you how to use the heater. So you press this PTC button right here. You'll see the green light lights up. That's heat. I'm not quite sure what PTC stands for, but it's an okay heater. I mean, if it's middle of the winter and you're going from a dead stop, you're going to want to let it warm up for about 10 minutes. And this volume knob is supposed to control the up down and has a little selector push in the middle, but it does absolutely nothing. And under your dash you have a USB port. This can be used for charging as well as playing MP3s off a flash stick through the Android CarPlay. Okay, as we see, we have nice door storage buckets, as well as you could put like a pack of smokes or a phone in the door handle. And then right to the left of the steering wheel, here's a little area I usually put my keys in. And then before I put the radio in, this whole section over here was all like a storage lip that you can put stuff in. But my con is that there's no glove box. There's no closed storage to put anything. And then we've got the intake vent. Here's the pedals. They work great. Now this carpet. The problem I have with this carpet is they didn't stick it down right, so it slides around a lot. And as you can see, it has some wear marks in it. And then it has a normal rear view mirror and sun visors. The driver's side sun visor has this little flap here, where the passenger sun visor has a mirror. And then the passenger also has a hook and handle on the side that they can hold on to. The problem I have with the mirror and the visors, as you can see, is that the visors are too big or the mirror is too big. One of them's too big, so they hit each other. So you can't have both visors down and full at the same time without moving the mirror out of the way and then having to readjust the thing every single time. Alright, the dome light. Dome light works really good. However, there are no door switches to turn on the dome light. Like, you know, when you leave a regular car and you open the door, the dome light comes on, and then when you close the door, the dome light turns off. There's usually a little switch in there, and up here you can see the door setting selection, but it doesn't do anything. You put it on door, it just stays off all the time whether the doors are open or not. So that's a con. Alright, then we've got our side mirrors. They work good. They don't rattle. They stay in place. Electric door locks. And power windows. Now the one problem I do have with the power windows, as you can see here, is they don't go all the way down. That's as far as they go. Now the speakers are really good. They're 6-inch and they've got incredible sound, as I'm sure you can remember from the last video. Alright, here's the front seats. They're leather or pleather, I'm not quite sure, but they're really comfortable. And as you can see, they're adjustable. They go all the way back at the top, which is actually a really nice feature in case you ever want to lay back and relax. As well as for the bigger people out there, the seat will slide quite a distance back, so even larger people will be able to fit in this car. It's got a lot of headroom too. It's got fully functioning seat belts that work really well. I haven't had a problem with them at all. So the one problem I did have was the bar underneath this seat had bent over the last couple months, and I wasn't able to slide it back and forth anymore. So as you can see here, I fixed the problem by using washer stacks. So I put some washer stacks under the front, I put more under the back here, up and below the bar, and that allows it to slide just like it was originally, and it's perfectly level and good to go again. Moving to the center console. Underneath the shifter bucket here, you can see there's a circuit breaker. This is for the front stuff, I believe. I haven't found any other thing that it shuts off when you throw it. So there's that. The shifter is nice and comfortable. It's just a left-right knob for your reverse and your drive. Now the e-brake functions well. However, when the e-brake came, the cable was all loose and I had to actually go in and tighten it all up. I do have a video on how to do that, so there's no worries there. There is a USB port. Now this port is for charging only. It will not connect to the front. The back seats are the same kind of pleather material or leather, I don't know. This one comes with a full seat belt that stretches all the way across the bench. And if you crack the back hatch, you can fold the seat forward and then you can pick it up and it gives you this whole big trunk space. Now, to get this trunk bottom out, there are 2 bolts on either side and then a bunch of little star screws around the outer side. Once you get all those out, You go to this hole or the other hole and you just pull up and give it a little bend and you can remove it right out of the car. Easy peasy. Alright, getting down to the power barn, as Vice Grip Garage likes to call it. We can see the motor and the rear axle. The motor, here's the sticker on the side of it, and if anybody can understand that, I can't. And then we have a Votal EM180 GTS controller. That's a 90 amp controller, so that'll do very well. Paired with 6 of these Chilwi 6EVF-100A 12 volt 100 amp hour batteries. They get you about 65 kilometers distance while you're driving in the city. Here's the charger. It's a decent charger. It's quick. It takes about 6 to 8 hours to charge fully from empty. The only problem is, in the first month I had this charger, it went. It was a manufacturer defect. It no longer wanted to kick on. It kicked on and off, so I had to hook in this temporary charge port here so I could use the charger off my e-bike. It's only 2 kilowatt and it takes all bloody evening and night to charge the car, but it does get the job done. All right, moving on to the shocks. As you can see, they work really good. They're big, beefy shocks, and they're on all 4 wheels, and they've got some nice resistance. It's a pretty comfortable ride considering the size of the vehicle you're in. And then here we can see the brakes, the calipers where the e-brake hooks up, and the discs. They squeak a little, but other than that, you can stop on a dime, and they're really good quality. Here's where you charge on your regular charger. This is the outside port. And right down here is your charge indicator. Works very well, very convenient. It also has this nice green light strip on the side. The only problem I have with this green light strip is there is also no internal switch to turn it off. So you turn your car on, the green light strip comes on, and that's it. There's no other option. And we can see in the back here is the license plate light, and right beside it, here's the reverse camera. The wheels are 12-inch 4-bolt pattern. They're very nice, although they were unbalanced when they came. And the stock tires that came with this thing were absolute garbage. The rear driver's side tire had a slow leak. I don't know if it was the tire or if it was the valves, but either way, all 4 tires, the sidewalls were split so bad, it was just a matter of time before they went. It's almost like it was new old stock. Like they had an old shit set of tires sitting around. They just said, we'll slap these on. So I went and I got these Ovation 145/70R12 radial winter tires. They've been doing a really good job. They hold the pressure well. I also got all 4 rims balanced, so everything is working great. So my issue with the wiper blade, you can see the little scrape marks on the plastic there. When I first got it, this spring under here, the little mount at the bottom there, was mounted upside down. So yeah, you could lift the wiper blade all the way up, but when it was down, that little spring holder, retainer, whatever, scraped on the plastic. So all I did is I turned that retainer around. I can't flip my wiper blade all the way up, but I'm not one of those guys who likes to do that anyway. So just food for thought. It was a small little fix. All right, so here we're gonna have a little look at how it turns and how it maneuvers. Enjoy. Okay, now we're moving the camera inside the scooter so that we can hear the motor noise, the shock noise, and any other vibrations or bangs or anything that happen inside the interior. Alright, so that's it for the 2025 Matrix Nexa 4S review. Thanks for watching. Again, to all of my 1,000 subscribers and anyone else who happens to watch this video. I appreciate the views. So in the meantime and in between time, if you'd like to see another great video from my channel, feel free to watch this video right here. And don't forget to subscribe. Catch you on the next one.